Attorney of Pahrump for 6 years in a row. We've also been recognized by Best of Las Vegas. So if you have a legal need, stop by one of our 3 locations in Pahrump, Summerlin, or Southwest Las Vegas. Give us a call, 727-9900. And remember, when you need a lawyer,
you need Nelson. You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming on KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. My name is Roy Rossell on this Thursday, July 24th. Well, in our top story today, an 18-year-old woman has been arrested in connection to the July 5th homicide here in Pahrump. Samantha Roberts has this story.
An 18-year-old woman from Pahrump is now facing a series of criminal charges connected to 2 separate investigations, all according to the Nye County Sheriff's Office. On July 22nd, Nevaeh Miller was arrested following a domestic disturbance at a home in Pahrump. Deputies say Miller became combative during an argument and allegedly grabbed another woman by the neck. She was taken into custody and booked into the Nye County Detention Center on a charge of first offense domestic battery. But prior to that incident, investigators had already begun investigating Miller's involvement in an unrelated homicide investigation. On July 5th, a man was found shot multiple times at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. Nye County detectives launched a homicide investigation and eventually identified Carlos Blakely as a suspect. He turned himself into authorities in Las Vegas on July 7th and was charged with open murder and accessory after the fact. During the early stages of the investigation, detectives say Miller provided false and misleading information about the whereabouts of Blakely's phone and other material evidence. She is accused of helping conceal key information from law enforcement, which allegedly hindered the case. In connection to the homicide investigation, Miller is now facing charges of harboring, concealing, or aiding a felony offender, concealing evidence, and making false statements to a public officer. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office app, Miller remains in custody and both cases remain active. News 25 will continue to update the public when more information becomes available.
North Las Vegas police are investigating an officer-involved shooting at a gas station that left 2 people facing serious charges. Officers say the suspect drove his vehicle towards police, prompting one officer to open fire. Let's take a look at the details. Viewer discretion is advised as the following video contains graphic content that may be disturbing to some audiences.
Hey, so look, all I need you to do, can you give him your info so that he can see you have a valid license and I can leave? Is that fine?
This is where the incident all started. Police say a man was shot and injured after allegedly driving his car towards officers during a confrontation at a North Las Vegas gas station on Sunday afternoon.
On July 20th, 2025, at approximately 1:54 p.m., North Las Vegas police officers were dispatched to the Maverick gas station at 5450 East Tropical Parkway after receiving reports of a suspicious vehicle parked at one of the pumps. Callers indicated the vehicle was occupied by 2 adults, 3 children, and a dog.
Officer Joshua Vardulas was identified as the officer involved in this incident, according to North Las Vegas police. Officers responded to the gas station where 31-year-old Often Green was found standing outside of the driver's side of a black Honda Accord. After a brief conversation with Officer Vardulas, police say Green suddenly got back into his vehicle and attempted to drive off.
Officer Vardulas tried to intervene, but the vehicle accelerated in an attempt to flee, and one of the children fell from the vehicle, sustaining a minor injury. The second responding officer quickly ran to the injured child and moved her to safety. The female passenger, later identified as Crystal Levitt, exited the vehicle to grab the child who had fallen but turned and returned to the vehicle when she saw officers attending to the child. Levitt was detained before she could re-enter the vehicle, and Green drove away.
According to investigators, Green initially fled the scene but soon returned, speeding towards officers. Police say he swerved towards Officer Vardulis, striking him in the leg. Vardulis simultaneously fired 5 rounds into the vehicle, hitting Green in the torso.
Car's taking off on us. Hey, you lay down. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get out of the car. Male took off, heading towards the freeway. One of the kids fell out of the car when he took off. Kid's 481. Shots fired, shots fired.
The vehicle crossed landscaping, a sidewalk, and came to rest in the Ray Center median on East Tropical Parkway. Officers ran to the vehicle and gave commands to Green, who exited through the passenger side. He was taken into custody and transported to UMC Trauma Center with multiple gunshot wounds. He survived and was placed under arrest in absentia. Officer Vardulis sustained minor injuries to his leg. As the investigation progressed and evidence was collected from the vehicle, officers discovered heroin, methamphetamine, and a firearm.
Often Green now faces several charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder with a deadly weapon and 3 counts of child abuse or neglect, with additional charges still pending. Crystal Levitt faces 5 counts of child abuse or neglect in connection to the incident, police confirmed. This investigation is still ongoing.
Now here is Mikey with your weekend road trip tip, and today he is bringing us an hour away from Pahrump.
Looking to get away this weekend? Just about an hour away in Tacoma, California. Hiking trails and opportunities abound at China Ranch. Trails vary in length from a few hundred yards to several miles. October through April are the best months in order to avoid the hot, intense summer heat. The Slot Canyon Trail is about a 4-mile round trip. This is the longest but possibly the most rewarding of the hikes. It involves an elevation drop and then gain of about 350 feet over its course. From the gift shop, walk straight down the canyon. When the trail forks, bear to the right and continue past the historical saloon building. The trail leads up and over the T&T Railroad grade, then down the Amargosa River. Walk down the stream and find the place where you can rock hop across the river. After crossing, bear to the right and walk up the large wash which drains into the Amargosa River. At the top of the wash, you will enter a narrow and twisting slot canyon eroded into the igneous rhyolite rock. The path is eventually blocked by 2 boulder-strewn vertical dry falls, 10 to 15 high. Skilled climbers can pull themselves up with hands and feet, but there is a danger of falling. More cautious hikers, like myself, will turn back at this point.
And we will have your health report after this break.
Struggling with opioid or alcohol use in rural Nevada? West Care Nevada is here to help. Our rural opioid and alcohol recovery program, called ROAR, offers medication-assisted treatment and support services to help you take back control. Since 1973, we've helped people build healthier, brighter futures. Call 775-751-6990. Take the first step today.
Make this the summer event going on now at Saida Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. Summer is here and the deals are heating up. At Saida Trudeau, we have the perfect vehicle at a great price just for you. Like an all-new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 with as much as $4,000 in rebates. Looking for more adventure? How about a brand new 2025 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4 at employee pricing? That's right, you pay what we pay, plus an extra $3,250 in rebates to save you even more. Maybe a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 Crew Cab is more your style, with rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months or employee pricing and an extra $3,000 in rebates. At Saida Trudeau, you're sure to find a great deal and great service all summer long. Come see us today and make this the summer event you'll never forget. Saida Trudeau, Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, your original hometown dealer.
Attorney Jonathan Nelson, don't you want to tell everyone about your awards?
That's right, Rhonda. J.K. Nelson Law has received Best Attorney of Pahrump for 6 years in a row. We've also been recognized by Best of Las Vegas. So if you have a legal need, stop by one of our 3 locations in Pahrump, Summerlin, or Southwest Las Vegas. Give us a call, 727-9900. And remember, when you need a lawyer,
you need Nelson.
Every weekend, turn up the volume at Coyote's Den, where karaoke takes over Friday and Saturday nights at 8 p.m. sharp.
Test 1, 2.
Fuel your voice with mango margaritas, Maria's tacos, and chill in the best gaming chairs in town while you wait your turn to shine. It's not just a party, it's a karaoke showdown with tacos, tunes, and top-tier vibes. Coyote's Den, 3971 East Kellogg Road, here in Pahrump. Every Friday and Saturday, be loud, be legendary.
The Mental Margarita Show is not your average variety show. Hosted by Jersey Doll and Slycat, features the new music and stories of independent artists, entrepreneurs with their expert advice following their dreams, community leaders making a positive impact around the globe, and visits with celebrity guests sharing their stories and inspiration. Tune in and watch the Mental Margarita Show every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on KPVM channel 25.1.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
And welcome back to News 25. If you search weight loss tips on social media, you are going to be flooded with different videos from different influencers. But before you take their advice, it is important to make sure they have the right credentials to back up their claims.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
We tend to be more influenced by people that have a ton of followers. But having a lot of followers doesn't mean that someone actually has the medical credentials to be able to provide that guidance. Now, some influencers do, and they oftentimes will back up their claims with evidence, putting that in the caption, putting study links, etc. But followers, likes, comments, that doesn't always really equate to someone who knows what they're talking about.
Kristen Kirkpatrick is a registered dietitian at Cleveland Clinic. She says people should also consider the kind of advice the influencer is giving. Is it more broad or something specific? For example, if they're telling you to go gluten-free, you should stop and question whether that really applies to you. Not everyone needs to eliminate gluten from their diet. The same goes for cutting out entire food groups like carbs. Kirkpatrick says without providing context, that can cause confusion and even lead some people to develop an unhealthy relationship with food. Kirkpatrick says another thing to be wary of is when influencers are promoting weight loss products and supplements.
If you have someone who's making claims that are more in line with opinions without any kind of health background, we have to ask ourselves, what is the motivation for that? Is it money? Is it that they are, really just kind of sharing something that's working for themselves? I think that's another important component. One thing that I think is a great aspect that we do have in terms of social media is influencers do have to show whether or not they're doing a paid sponsorship.
Now get ready to make a difference. It is time for the Valley Electric Association's Fill the Bucket Truck School Supply Drive happening this Saturday, July 26th. Here is Valley Electric with more.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Valley Electric Association is having their Fill the Bucket Truck School Supply Drive Saturday, July 26th at several local locations. Come see our team and donate to help students for the upcoming school year. The back-to-school supply drive will be held at Pahrump Albertsons, Smith's Food and Drug, and Walmart from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. You can even drop off donations on the day of the drive until 1 p.m. at the Valley Conference Center, located at 800 East Nevada Highway 372. Valley Electric is accepting donations now in our main lobby during business hours until July the 25th. Monetary donations can be accepted in the lobby at the window, through the website, or over the phone by calling 775-727-5312. All donations will benefit local schools throughout BEA's service territory.
And we will have more news on the other side of this break.
Car wreck? Check. Motorcycle wreck? Check. Truck wreck? Check. Bicycle wreck? Check. UFO wreck? What? In a wreck? You need a check. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Are you tired of dropped calls and high phone bills? Switch to Valley Communications Voice over Internet Protocol home phone services and experience crystal clear calls and great rates while using Valley Communications Internet services, which provides lightning fast internet. For the first 12 months, enjoy phone services starting at $19.95. It's an easy choice. Visit us today at valleycom.com to learn more. Valley Communications, local, affordable, reliable.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
Make your dream home a reality with SME Cabinetry. We consider every client's project a priority and customize plans and precision installations for cabinets, countertops, flooring, and more. Does your kitchen need a makeover? Mention this commercial and we'll throw in an undermounted stainless steel kitchen sink with any full kitchen order. We're located here in Pahrump at 51 Emery Street, and we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. Call us today at 775-247-7500 or visit us online at smecabinetry.com.
If you have Parkinson's or any of these symptoms, including trembling, difficulty walking or sleeping, and if you have been exposed to paraquat or gramoxone, you may be eligible for significant compensation at no cost to you. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. If you or a loved one have worked or lived near a farm or field with paraquat herbicide treatments and developed Parkinson's disease or any of these symptoms, don't wait another minute. The manufacturers of paraquat and gramoxone-based herbicides knew about the health risks and failed to warn people of this link to Parkinson's symptoms. We have provided justice and have assisted people suffering from Parkinson's and other ailments. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. Call now. You could qualify to receive significant financial compensation. If we don't win, you pay nothing. So call our legal team now and let us help you receive substantial financial compensation. Call now.
Big rigs can cause big injuries. Get big help. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating, new, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
And welcome back to News 25. Well, now here is Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals to talk about this week's quick tutorial.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today we're talking about scammers. Now obviously I've done lots of videos helping people understand the reality that we're all facing with these scams that are constantly coming out and showing themselves in a multitude of ways. Showing up as pop-ups, showing up as emails, phone calls coming in, numerous different methods, showing themselves in a bunch of different ways, but unfortunately, all coming down to the same thing. They're trying to steal money from you. We don't want that to happen anymore. But what I want to do right now is kind of talk about some of the myths that I think a lot of people are confused on when it comes to these scams that we're seeing all the time. The main one is, and this is the one we're going to talk about, is the type of person that is committing these crimes, basically. Let's just call it for what it is. Typically what we see is that these scams are coming primarily from India. And I think what is happening, and after the research I've done, I truly believe this, that the poverty level there is extreme. There's a lot of people that are just doing their best to get by. And I think some companies that are out there are taking advantage of this and bringing these people in, paying them very little, and then just convincing them to basically take advantage of Americans and steal our money using these particular provided ways. And what we see mostly right now are these scammers posing as other companies, such as Amazon, such as Microsoft, such as banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America. And what they're doing is they're giving these guys scripts to read off. That's what a lot of people don't understand. These are not, master hackers that know everything about a computer and know how to get into your computer fraudulently. They don't know how to do that. What they do know how to do is to use their silver tongue and fear and different tactics to cause you such concern that you do stupid things, like letting them remote into your computer. That's the number one way it happens. They convince you that there's a problem, and you unknowingly give them full access to your digital home, your computer, that has a lot of really important information on there. Your pictures, your documents, usernames and passwords to important accounts like your bank account. That's how they get in. So they're not cyber criminals masterminds. They are simple people that have been given a job in front of a computer to read off a script and to fool you. So you have to understand that even though they are a threat, they're only a threat if you allow it to happen. You guys have the power at the end of the day, not them. They're not going to get into your computer. They're not going to hack into it against your will. They're going to convince you of a problem that you don't have, and you're going to give them access if you let them. That's the key. If you let them. You're not going to let them. Why? Because I'm making these videos. There's information out there now that educates people. That's how you stop this garbage from happening, is you educate folks. You tell them what the threats are and they know what to look out for. That's the way you stop it, is letting people know. And that's been our job here at the computer store. I know we can't change the entire world, but we can change Pahrump, and that's what we're trying to do. Educate you guys, keep you up to date on all the different threats that are happening, and show you how to not be the next victim. So thank you guys for watching these videos. I hope this kind of clears up some of these myths that are going around about these types of people and what they're doing, and also tells you what you can do to stop it. So help us out, spread the word. Let's get this the scamming situation under control and save the senior citizens of our fair town of Pahrump. I love you guys. We'll catch you on the next quick tutorial.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And it's looking pretty sunny out there right now and a little hot. Christy will have your weather report after this break.
The Cars and Stripes event starts now at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. What better way to celebrate America than having the biggest truck sale of the year? Loyal Chevy owners get a legendary half-ton Silverado Trail Boss for up to $9,000 off or 0% APR financing on approved credit. Trade in your old car, truck, or SUV and get a sleek new Sierra Elevation 1500 for up to $11,000 off. How about the all-new 25 Chevy Equinox, now $1,750 off? We've got tons of cars, trucks, and SUVs from under $20,000, and we're so excited to celebrate the birthday of the USA and say, we love you, Pahrump. Visit PahrumpCars.com for details or stop by the Auto Plaza today.
Secure your family while you're home or away. Monitor your home with cameras, burglar, smoke, and fire alarms 24/7, 365 days a year. Provide yourself with a peace of mind by using your smartphone or computer. You can monitor your home anytime or anywhere. Let Mastercraft Electronics install security your family deserves. Call Mastercraft Electronics today. Secure your home or business, 775-990-4896. Mastercraft Electronics is licensed and bonded. 1 month free alarm monitoring when you sign up for service. Mastercraft Electronics, 775-990-4896.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
This is Christy Willis, and I'm coming to you from the weather desk here at Channel 25. So the highs today in Fernley, we're looking at 91 degrees. Fallon was at 93. Carson City, we're looking at 87. Tonopah and Goldfield were both at 85. Beatty was at 93. Amargosa and Las Vegas were both at 99. And Death Valley was looking at 109 today. Today in Pahrump, we are currently at 95. Our high was at 96 today. Our winds were blowing in the south at 11 miles per hour. Our humidity is currently at 11%, and our sun actually rose this morning at 5:44 a.m. We are looking at our sun setting tonight at 7:56 p.m. with a low of 65 degrees, and our winds blowing in the southeast at 12 miles per hour with a humidity of 15%. So now for our 7-day forecast. We are looking at Friday getting to a high of 97, Saturday at 95, Sunday of 99. Monday we're going to go ahead and get back up to those triple digits at 103, Tuesday at 105, Wednesday and Thursday back up to 100. And now back to you at the desk with Rory.
Thank you so much, Christy. Well, that is going to wrap up this edition of News 25. My name is Rory Rosell. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Good night.
Mary Tyler Moore, I wanted to be Mary. That's how much I love Mary.
Mary's legacy is that she's fundamentally shifted how we perceive women in entertainment.
Women like Mary Tyler Moore cut a path that I'm standing in right now.
You had no idea what you meant to me. You were one of those women, a light.
My friend Mary Tyler Moore was diagnosed with diabetes at age 33 and suffered severe vision loss from this disease later in life. Mary often spoke of her dream to create an organization dedicated to preventing blindness from diabetes. Today, the Mary Tyler Moore Vision Initiative is a reality. MTM Vision is dedicated to advancing medical research to preserve and restore the vision of people living with diabetes. To learn more, please go to marytylermoore.org, because the sight you save may be that of someone you love.